Rarely is there an issue that I think MSNBC and Fox News would both struggle with because they're likely to come out on the same side, but this is one of them. What's happening right now is we've got an $88 billion private company in Kinder Morgan that is seeking our state's permission to grant them the power of eminent domain to take private land because they say that this pipeline that they want to build is in the public's interest. And that sounds nice, but there's a problem here, and the problem is one of transparency. Kinder Morgan has said there are 3 primary benefits that will be offered by this pipeline, and all Georgians, particularly in the coastal area, need to pay attention to what they're saying and what they're not. The benefits are, supposedly, it could reduce fuel prices. It may add up to 28 jobs. It will provide a secondary source of fuel supply for our markets. I don't have enough time to go into all of the issues, but let me just cover one of them that's on most people's minds, which is competition and fuel prices. So when you think about how fuel moves in this area of the world, in this area of our country, you've got to think about it like toll roads. Right now, Savannah is currently supplied its fuel from 2 different toll roads. One toll road comes out of the Gulf Coast by water, by ship, into our port here in Savannah. The other toll road comes from the Gulf Coast by pipeline up to North Augusta and Macon, and then it's trucked into the market to the local retailers. So you have water into the terminal and then trucked to retailer, and you have pipeline into North Augusta and then trucked into local retail. 75% of Savannah's fuel supply today comes from the toll road that is the pipeline going through North Augusta and Macon. Why does 75% come through that toll road? Because that toll road is cheaper than the ocean right now. It costs about 11 cents a gallon. So for what Kinder Morgan is saying to be true about this pipeline introducing competition that could lower prices, 2 things have to happen. Number one is the toll road that they would like to build using our government's power of eminent domain, that toll road has to be less expensive than the current toll road serving our market. Okay? Kinder Morgan has not answered questions that the public has asked about what the cost of this toll road is going to be. They're silent about it. They're hiding behind confidentiality agreements that they've asked people to sign. So, even if this toll road turns out to be cheaper, there's another important question that they must answer, and that's who has access to this toll road. Because if that toll road is not open to fair competition, even if it costs less to get the product here to market, guess who's going to pocket the savings that it delivers? The people who control access to the pipeline. Kinder Morgan is not answering the public's questions about who has access to it. There's scuttlebutt out there that it's 2 very large oil companies who happen to control access on the inlet side of the pipeline in Louisiana and just happen to share a terminal down in Jacksonville, Florida, where this ends. It's all awfully convenient. But if this is truly in the public interest and you have a private company seeking it, I think the issue that is most resonating with everybody is, shouldn't there be a high burden of transparency on this $88 billion company to answer the basic questions that Georgians need to know to be able to evaluate whether or not this project is in the public's interest? And just to hit on one other one before I step down is jobs. So Kinder Morgan is saying that this could create up to 28 jobs, this new toll road. But what they're not talking about is the jobs that are impacted by the other toll roads that are going to be placed out of service. They say they're bringing the secondary source of competition. Well, here's an important question, another important question that they haven't answered. If they want to introduce a secondary source of competition, why are they planning to ship as much volume into Savannah's market today as it's currently consuming. That doesn't sound like a secondary source of competition. That sounds like what they're really trying to do is displace the existing competition. And then guess what happens? Competition leaves, and then who's left to keep pricing in check? One or two companies that control access to that new toll road that was just built using our government's power of eminent domain. If I've raised any red flags at all for you, there's things that you can still do about this. Some people have suggested that this is a done deal, and I can assure you it is not. There are two opportunities for you to make your voice heard. The most important one that I want you to remember is April 21st at the Richmond Hill City Center at 5 o'clock. It is the one and only DOT hearing that will be held where you will have officials there that can listen to your questions and concerns. There's also a rally at Forsyth Park during Earth Day at noon on this Saturday, April 18th. You can also come out there and show your support. And I will be here afterwards if anybody would like to ask me any questions about this very, very critical issue that's facing all of us here in Georgia, particularly in the coastal area. And I thank you all very much for allowing me to speak today.
Thank you, Ryan.